yo, what up, YouTube? No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's pretend I didn't write all this shit. Yeah, I tried filming a little second ago, but, you know, I accidentally fucking put the camera where you couldn't even see the shit I was writing. Not that anyone's even gonna watch this video, but, whatever. What I'm going to do for you kids today, I actually need that eraser. I'm going to prove that the integral from negative infinity to infinity of 1 of dx over x squared plus 1 is equal to pi. You could do this with the fucking arctangent formula. Arctangent of infinity is pi over 2 minus arctangent of negative infinity, which would be minus negative pi over 2, which is pi over 2 plus pi over 2, which equals pi. That's the easy way. But guess what? I like to make things complicated because I'm a little fucking whore, okay? So you're gonna have to know complex analysis. And of course, anyone who's watching a Calculus 1 video knows fucking complex analysis, right? That's how I know that people are not gonna watch this video. But like, fucking dab on the haters, fucking, I just do this shit because I'm psychotic and, whew. Anyway, let's get started, my dudes, my fucking bros. So what we're going to do is first we're going to transform 1 over x squared plus 1 into a complex value function, 1 over z squared plus 1. Okay? The reason we're doing this is because first we're going to take a contour integral of 1 over z squared plus 1 dz. And what is our contour, you may ask? What the fuck is a contour for those of you who are in calc? Well, I don't give a fuck about you guys. So here's the real and imaginary. Our contour, like every complex analysis student knows, is the friendly ass semicircle around the complex plane on the upper half. So the fucking parts of this, the poles, but for you fucking normies, it's the place on this thing that makes the function undefined, which is plus or minus I. You can do the math to prove that, because you're dividing 1 over 0. So we have I and negative I. And since our contour only wraps around this, we don't have to worry about that. And we know that contour integrals are equal to 2 pi I times the sum of the residues around the contour. Oh, duh. So the only residue would be at this pole, and so our residue would be equal to the limit. Hey, you calc kids can relate to this one maybe. Limit as fucking z approaches I of maybe a little 1 over z squared plus 1, but it's actually z minus its pole, so z minus I over z squared plus 1, and this can be factored out anyways into z minus I times z plus I. Okay, boys, that cancels that out. I actually should use the eraser I'm given. So we get 1 over, and as this z approaches I, plug in I. So the residue is equal to 1 over 2I. And since it's 2I times that, we just get pi. Woo! But hold your horses, guys. This video is not fucking over. Because we have proved that this is the contour, we need to prove that it's only this section of the contour. What about this part? We have to prove that this is equal to 0. But also, we must first realize that the contour integral is equal to, let's call this small curve lowercase gamma, and let's call the negative to infinity, let's call this fucking I, this integral I, which is what we're trying to solve. So this is going to be equal to fucking the contour around this weird ass curvy thing with the lowercase gamma of this joint right here. I'm sorry guys, I don't know why I'm talking like this. Anyway, plus, and then we know how to do a contour on the real numbers. Negative r to r of the function. Sorry, the handwriting's really messy because I'm going to erase it anyways. Since r approaches infinity, I forgot to say that, but fuck you. R is going to approach infinity, so this is going to go to plus or minus infinity, and this is dx. I'm fucking gay. So this essentially just turns into I if we take R to be infinity. So we know that this contour is equal to pi. So essentially we have simplified now pi. This looks simplified to complex analysis kids, but to fucking calculus students it looks exactly the same. But again, we'll get to this gay shit right here. Maybe you know multivariable calculus, so you might know what a integral around a path is. This isn't a contour anymore because it's just a path, it's not closed. So, we have to prove this is 0. So we do that by noticing, actually, I'm going to write it up here. We do this by noticing that, what are we noticing? Oh, of course. We do this by noticing that the absolute value of the gamma of dz over z squared plus 1 is equal to, well, it's less than or equal to the integral of the absolute value, because essentially that's saying the sum of all of these possible locations, which could be negative, obviously has to be less than or equal to the sums of all those locations if they're all positive. I'm not explaining that well, but basically just take these, put them in here, you're golden. I don't feel like writing that, but that is also less than or equal to the actual curve times the largest possible value that you can have in this. Essentially that's saying like a regular integral like that or something, this is the highest possible value. The integral from here to here, since its absolute values are being used, is going to be less than or equal to the integral of just that highest value from here to here. No fucking shit, Sherlock, because these points are lower than the highest value. Anywho, that means that the arc length of a semicircle is pi times the radius times 1 over, well, times the suprema, and the suprema of this complex function would be 1 over r squared plus 1. So we get this. And since we're taking the limit as r approaches infinity, you can do L'Hopital's rule if you're fucking gay, or you can realize that this is squared on the denominator, this is to the first power on the numerator, approaches infinity, that means that this is going to approach 0. Well, it's less than or equal to, well, this is equal to 0 as r approaches infinity. Now, if the absolute value of anything is less than or equal to 0, then it has to be 0, because an absolute value gets rid of the negative sign, so how the fuck could it be less than 0? So that means that it has to be 0. Whoop-de fucking Goldberg. Wait, whatever. So this fucking gay shit is 0. Oh, wow, now we have the fucking gay-ass desired result of woohoo for us. Victory Royale. I'm sorry, I'm so cringy. Now, did you see me write down the word arctangent once? I thought not. So, fuck you. That's the end of this video. Whore.